John from JO Ventures Outdoors, and I'm here with you for another video. And I've been itching to do this one. I was waiting on something before I did this, and so that I could see you, show you everything that I've received this week, and tell you a little bit about a great meetup to go knife hunting that I had. So yeah, that's one thing that I've got here to talk about. As I went knife hunting with Tom from Knife Delights, Jerry from Big J's Knives, and Byron from Splitting Slices. We met up in Central Illinois on Sunday, this past Sunday. We went knife hunting. We had a great lunch together, and you've probably seen the other guys' videos. They've already done their videos. I'm kind of late to the game because I was waiting. I was waiting for that piece right there, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. I also have a maker swap. So you can see this beautiful piece sitting right here. Let me talk about that first. Check that out. You talk about a piece of artwork, and there's the initials. Oh yeah, it's Mike. Mike at Make Cutlery Great Again sent me a couple stickers there. Thank you, Mike, very much. He reached out to me on Instagram and he said, "Hey, I want to do a maker swap with you." And I was like, "Oh," I said, "Now listen, your slips are a lot fancier than mine." And he laughed and he said, "Hey, we all have our own style. I really want a JO slip." So I actually sent him a couple. One was kind of a practice, and the other was the actual slip. But just check that out. He's got acrylic paint on here. He made this stenciling and did this basket weave. This has got antiquing over it, different kind of stitch style here that I haven't really tried much of. I did a wallet using that kind of stitching before, or something very similar, but I've not done tooling like this. I've not learned to do that yet, but I hope to in the future. But look at that. That's just beautiful. Just beautiful. He had a couple lives where he was working on this, and you could watch him work on it. And I happened to pop in on one, and he was working on my slip, and I got to see it ahead of time. Kind of spoiled the surprise a little bit, but I didn't mind. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? So thank you, Mike, for the maker swap. I appreciate that very much. In the future, I think I'll do a video showing all my maker swap slips. I think that would be really cool to show that collection. So that was the maker swap with Mike. And then over the weekend, a while back, Tom at Knife Delights had contacted me and said, "Hey, he's going to be in the Champaign, Urbana area visiting some family. Would I be able to come over and go, meet for lunch, and maybe we could get Jerry and some other people." So Tom set this all up, and it worked out. I got to meet Tom for the first time in person. I've met Jerry and Byron before, and have really enjoyed those visits, but I'd never met Tom, so it was a real pleasure to meet Tom and go knife hunting with him in Illinois. So what we did is we met at Cracker Barrel. We had lunch. We just visited, shared in fellowship, showed knives to each other. And then we went to an antique store in Savoy, Illinois called Captain Jack's. And we went there and we shopped around there and dug into the knife section. They had a lot of knives there. I was not used to an antique store having that many. And I only bought one piece there. I mean, we were all just digging into them. And Big J has got the eagle eye for these case knives. And he brought this out. He said, "Check this out." And he had already had one. He had one just like it, actually, the same year and everything. This is a 1977. It's a 3-dot 1977 6032, or 6332. Let me get that around there so you can see it. I gotta find the numbers here. There we go. There you are. 6332 Stockman carbon steel. Got that nice clip point blade. I got a little bit of Teeners on it. I cleaned it up. It needed some cleaning. Got that nice brown bone oval shield. I love this piece. Half stops. Nice snap. Look at that. Sheepsfoot blade. I mean, you can get some work done with that. And then it's got this little pin blade. Now I've got a 32 Stockman. I think it's about a 2009 model, and it's a bit smaller. I should have brought it out here, but I forgot to. But it's a bit smaller than this. This is somewhere in between that newer 32 and a 47, which is just a perfect size for daily carry. So I picked this piece up at the antique store. After that, Tom had to meet some family, and then Byron and Jerry and I went off to a couple other antique stores. I didn't really find anything at those two. And plus, I was kind of saving my money a little bit, and I'll explain that in a minute. Then we had gifts for each other. Tom had these had knives for each of us, and this is a Scrimshaw Smith and Wesson, and you can see there it says Yellowstone National Park on there, and it is a Smith and Wesson, and it's got this Scrimshaw on here. It comes from a series, and Byron got, I think, the elk, or I think it was elk on his, and I've got the bear, and it says Smith and Wesson on the other side. It has some texture. It's a little lock back, has a little medallion here on the end. So just a really cool little knife. I really like this, Tom, and I'm going to cherish it for sure. And it's a nice reminder of our meetup. And there in Illinois, always put a nickel with it to preserve that friendship and to symbolize the importance of that friendship. So I appreciate that, Tom, very much. Thank you for the gift. And then Byron. Byron always comes. He's prepared. He brought these big old Rough Rider reserves. And this is a Rough Rider RRR 048. You can see the Tang stamp there. D2 China. And a Rough Rider Reserve is a little bit elevated model beyond the normal Rough Riders. The fit and finish is sometimes a little bit better even than a Rough Rider. And as you can see there, it is straight down the middle. It's got really good fit and finish. I was really impressed with the build quality on this, and the color of that bone handle is just awesome. And it's got a little bit of a half stop, big old clip point blade. Look at that. Doesn't even hardly fit in the camera. Thank you, Byron. I really appreciate this very much. Very much. That comes with the tube. Here's the tube. So built by hand, backed for life. Rough Rider Reserve. See the top there. Here's the box. These were brand new in the box. There's the number once again. So there it is. Pretty awesome. I'm going to have to find some way to carry that, and have to think about that a little bit. But I really appreciate that, Byron. I love it. Then Big J and I were talking a little bit, and he mentioned like a day or so before that he was needing to sell some more case knives, and he mentioned a couple of them that he was going to sell, and one of them was a Whiskey Bone 18 with CV steel. So this is a 2019, and it's CV. You can see there, pocket worn Whiskey Bone, standard jig medium, Stockman, born 11/6 of 2019, and this is sweet. 6318 CV steel USA. Look at the color on that. And you know, I didn't really put it together until after so he talked about it a little bit, and he said, you know, he told me how much he wanted for it, and I said, well, I mean, I had the cash with me, and I was there with him. I said, I'll just buy that 18. whiskey bone, if you're okay with it. And so he was cool with that. And I picked it up from him. Well, at least I gave him the money and he shipped it out to me. So that's what I was waiting on this week, for this to arrive, because I wanted to do this video to show this beautiful piece. Look at that shield. I love that. It's the only one I have with that type of shield in this type of bone. Just gorgeous. But the bonus of this is it matches Mike's slip, and it fits just perfectly in this slip. So guess what I'm carrying tomorrow? This one right here. So just awesome. You just give it just a little bit of a squeeze and it comes right out of there just like it should. And I'm going to have fun putting some patina on this. And I really like the 18 pattern. I love these medium Stockmans, the 32 and the 18 and the 47 I all love. I've got a 92 as well. And so I'm going to enjoy carrying that, both of these. I'm going to enjoy these in the collection and maybe even carrying them a little bit. And the slip is just gorgeous, Mike. Thank you so much. Thank you to Byron and to Jerry and to Tom for making the trip there, and just Jerry for hosting us, and Tom for setting that all up. I really appreciate the time we had to go and knife hunt. Oh, I thought too, for this slip, one last thought. I also thought this copper lock might go in there too. Little Warncliffe pocket worn corncob jig, harvest orange copper lock. That'd go in there too, I think. Just gorgeous. Love it. Love the knives. Love the slip. Wonderful time knife hunting. And with that, I thank you all for watching.